Hey guys, how are you? Hope you're well. I just wanted to get on here. I was led to tell you a parable, and it's a parable on current day situations. And I'm going to call it the parable of the candle and the flame. So, let's begin. So there were two men, and their names were Wax and Wayne. Wax was a younger man who loved the Lord and who had been given the gift to move in the prophetic. This was not a gift that Wax asked for. But it was a gift he accepted, nonetheless. Wayne, being senior to Wax, had been called to be a shepherd. And Wayne and his flock had been praying for the Lord to send into the fold, into their fold, those of like minds. At the same time, Wax had been praying that he may find a church to help sharpen him in the gifts that he had been given. And so that his son may have time with like-minded children. Now, the Lord, in all His glory, led Wax to Wayne and his congregation. And upon meeting of the brethren, good tidings were had, and praise given to the Lord. And upon meeting of Wayne, Wax told some of his story, of his 1.5 years in isolation, and the things that he had been shown. But Wax only had time to touch on these things and not go into any great detail. Now, being full of joy and praise for the Lord, Wax worked diligently for Wayne and the flock to doing all that he could and all that he had time for. Sharing much praise with the brethren. And shortly after, Wax was led to do something. Wax had a skill he had recently acquired in woodworking. And the things he made from the wood were things like houses for birds and crosses that one could carry. And staffs. Like that of Moses and Aaron. Like that of a shepherd. Great tenderness and care Wax put into these. And especially the staff. And then Wax was led to give the staff to Wayne as a symbol as that unto a new shepherd. And on the day that Wax gives the staff to Wayne, Wayne proceeds to tell Wax that just that morning he had been praying in the Spirit, and he had been praying about Moses and his staff. And Wax speaks of his testimony to how he got brought to Wayne and his flock. And they share great praises unto the Lord. And several days later, Wax, continuing with diligence to work for the congregation and the flock, to bring praises to the Lord and glory unto Him. Wayne thanks Wax for his hard work and tells him that soon they will sit down and see how they can work together to move forward. So that iron may sharpen iron. Now, weeks passed. And Wax notices that, in all his diligence, under Wayne, his revelation has been lost. And he wishes to speak to Wayne about it, and so he makes an attempt. And another promise is made. Now, almost 2 weeks goes by, and Wax, after a Bible study, wants to speak about things that he had been shown to Wayne and relate them to what Wayne had been talking about, and was quickly disregarded and brushed off, as if Wax had no idea what he was talking about or what he had been shown. Now Wax was grieved in the spirit, and he had lost revelation. And he was giving much time to the congregation. And he was also indebted elsewhere, and had been praying to be set free of this burden. And lo, the Lord opened a door, and Wax, in understanding, went through it to ease some of the burden he was under, with all gratefulness unto the Lord. Now when Wax returned to the congregation, it was implied that no study should be missed, and that it was more important to stay on Wayne's walk than for Wax to keep his own personal relationship with our Father. And being grieved, Wax made attempt to reintegrate. And to feel not oppressed or disregarded. And upon more condemnation, Wax was led to take a break, separate, Now Wax, after waiting patiently on the Lord, was led to return to make another attempt to talk to Wayne. And he did. And upon asking Wayne if he had a minute, Wayne's response to Wax was, "We start in 10, so call me tomorrow." And Wax, being grieved, said, Okay, I have to go. Be blessed. Now the next day, Wax sent a text to Wayne. And after a better part of the day had passed with no response, Wax tried to call. And after three rings, he heard a voicemail. And thereon later, he tried to call again. And after 2 rings, he heard a voicemail. And Wax, being grieved, left a voicemail saying that he did not understand why Wayne would not talk to him. And so Wax went home, and the next day, seeing one of the brethren out mowing the yard of the church, he stops and asks for intercession from the brethren so that he may talk to Wayne in reason. And upon advice from the brethren, an acknowledgement that it would do Wax no good Wax told the brother that he needed his staff back because Wayne could no longer be his shepherd. And now the staff that sat in the corner disregarded shall bear testimony. And the staff that I brought was my peace. And the staff I took back was my peace. And on that day, when I left town, I kicked the dust off of my feet, praying for the Lord to forgive you. The chances that Wayne will see this video well, that is in the Lord's hands. For he brings judgment to his house first. And those who seek to exalt themselves shall be laid low. And none are found righteous, no, not one. For none can live up to the glory, nor be justified by the law. Vengeance is the Lord's. He sent a messenger among you, and you heard him not. And may he have mercy on you. I love you. Repent. Peace.